Could one of history's most infamous figures have escaped justice? Adolf Hitler, alive, in South America? Tonight we dive into the evidence, the rumors, and the historical truths behind the claim that Hitler survived World War II. Was it possible, or just a story too sensational to resist? Reports claim Hitler died in his Berlin bunker on April 30th, 1945. But, almost immediately, whispers started. He didn't die, he escaped. Some said Argentina, others Chile, some even suggested Antarctica. The question remains, what actually happened? Let's start with the documents. The FBI, yes, the FBI, kept files on Hitler sightings in South America. Reports range from alleged letters to witnesses claiming they saw him alive in the 1950s. But, and this is important, most of these were unverified. Documents don't always equal proof. Could a few vague reports spark an entire legend? Consider this. After the war, the world was desperate for closure, searching for answers in the aftermath of unimaginable destruction. Bodies were found, cities were in ruins, and millions were dead. The scars of war were everywhere, haunting survivors and shaping the collective memory of a continent. In that chaos, rumors spread like wildfire. Whispers and speculation filled the void left by uncertainty, as people tried to make sense of what had happened. Could the fear, the trauma, and the uncertainty have fueled stories of Hitler's escape? And Argentina? Why Argentina? The world was hungry for explanations, even improbable ones. It had a history of harboring Nazi officials post-war, becoming a shadowy refuge for those fleeing justice. Names like Eichmann and Mengele, they found refuge there, blending into new lives far from Europe's devastation. So, when a claim of Hitler in South America surfaced, it wasn't entirely implausible. The seeds of doubt had already been sown. Some conspiracy theorists, they point to declassified United States intelligence files, pages once locked away, now open to the public, fueling endless speculation and debate. One memo, for example, describes a suspicious German presence in Argentina, hinting at secret networks and shadowy figures operating far from Europe. Among these reports, there's mention of a man who apparently resembled Hitler, spotted in the bustling streets of Buenos Aires. But here's the twist. These memos never actually confirm Hitler himself was there, just rumors, suspicions, and unverified sightings. Instead, they really reflect a fear that Hitler might have escaped justice, slipping through the cracks of history. Was it just paranoia? A product of the tense post-war atmosphere? Or, well, could it have been something more than just anxious speculation? And yet, if Hitler had survived, wouldn't someone, somewhere, have definitive proof? Survivors, defectors, even intelligence agencies would surely have tracked him down. Still, some people claim that secret Argentine communities, protected by sympathetic officials, allowed Nazis to simply vanish. The imagination, it just runs wild, hidden mansions, fake identities. But here's the critical question. Why haven't we found him? Now let's step into the historian's perspective for a moment. Historians dedicate years to piecing together the past, relying on evidence, testimonies, and official records to form a clear picture of what really happened. The general consensus among scholars is pretty clear. Hitler died in Berlin in the final days of World War II. This view is supported by decades of research and countless hours spent analyzing primary sources. Soviet troops reported finding his body, burned in the garden of the Reich Chancellery, amidst the chaos and destruction of the city's last stand. Dental records were recovered and compared with Hitler's dentist's files, providing a rare piece of physical evidence that matched the remains to Hitler himself. Experts say that's strong evidence. Very strong, in fact. For many, this is the final word on the matter, closing the case for good. But conspiracy theorists still ask, can we really trust records from a collapsing Third Reich? Or is there more to the story than meets the eye? Here's where it gets interesting. The Soviets were secretive, and sometimes even a bit contradictory in their reports. Did they report Hitler's death immediately, or did they, fudge the details for political reasons? In 1968, the KGB revealed more of their files. They had Hitler's dental remains, more evidence to support his death. Yet, the story of Argentina persisted. Why? Because a good story is really hard to resist. The media amplified sightings. Books were written, films were made. Every shadowy figure, every abandoned mansion in South America somehow became proof in the eyes of the curious. People wanted Hitler to be alive, or maybe they just feared he could be. And fear, well, it sells stories. Fear keeps mysteries alive. So, what do we really know? First, official records and dental evidence confirm Hitler's death in Berlin. Second, rumors of Argentina are based on anecdotal sightings, unverified intelligence, and, honestly, a pretty fertile imagination. Third, historians agree. While some Nazis escaped, Hitler almost certainly did not. But, in the shadowy corners of history, the what-ifs linger. Ask yourself, why does this story endure? Is it the thrill of imagining Hitler walking freely after the war? Or is it, maybe, a reflection of our fascination with secrets, with hidden truths? History is messy. Evidence is often incomplete. And legends are just irresistible. So, next time someone whispers, Hitler escaped to Argentina, remember this. The documents exist, yes, but they're inconclusive. The rumors spread because the world wanted to believe in the impossible. And historians, they piece together what actually happened. And it tells a far more chilling story. The end of one man's reign, and the aftermath of a war that changed everything. The truth is often less dramatic than the rumor. But humans, we crave drama. We crave mystery. And sometimes, the mystery is more powerful than reality itself.